Good morning, traders. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. Let's start because we have some interesting movements on the market. And first, we start with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was wandering around below the crucial resistance. As you can see here, $5,800, $6,000 around. It was a support since 2018, really, since the beginning of 2018, and it became a resistance now. And the price was trying to break it. First attempt, second, third, and finally, it seems like the price is above this resistance. Price closing a day above the yellow area will be a strong buy signal for Bitcoin, and maybe it will be another upwave towards $20,000. We will see, but with the breakout of this resistance, it looks really promising. American dollar to Swiss franc. I have a long position here. I could have closed my position a few hours ago when it was on slight profit, but I want to keep it. This resistance was respected again. We will see where this movement will go. It looks okay. It looks still looks promising as long as we are above the green line. Why? Because green line is the long-term horizontal support and the black line is dynamic support, and we respected this here. This reversal seen currently can be worrying. We do have a midterm dynamic support here. My stop loss is here. As you can see, it's only 1% of the capital of my equity. So it's not a problem. So my stop loss is below the weekly lows. Price getting to the weekly lows, it's Thursday. So price getting to the weekly lows at the end of the week will be definitely a negative signal. But so far so good. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar. Yesterday we had this interest rate decision and statement press conference, which created this candle. We tried a bounce, but the price is still below crucial resistance. This resistance is the blue horizontal line, which is a neckline of the double top formation. And as long as we are below the blue line, this sentiment is definitely negative. Now gold went down. Gold went significantly lower yesterday, as you can see here. In my opinion, this movement is caused by the price touching the upper line of the wedge, because it would be hard to break this upper line of the wedge straight away after such a nice upswing since last Thursday. So that's just a small correction, and eventually it looks like the price will break this line, double bottom formation. We respected also the blue area as a support, so it still looks promising. It looks promising for the buyers. The price should eventually break the upper line of the wedge. It looks like this. American dollar to Russian ruble. Here you can see what can happen to gold. You remember this. So upswing, wedge, double bottom formation, most probably an upswing. And here that's what we got: upswing, wedge, double bottom formation, and an upswing breaking the upper line of the wedge. Most recently a small correction here, but it's just a correction. In the short term, here you can create a flag, upswing, flag, most probably an upswing. So that's my outlook on the American dollar to Russian ruble. Now euro to Russian ruble, where also we are in a positive situation after breaking the dynamic resistance and a horizontal resistance. What the price is creating now, that's a rectangle. Rectangle is a trend continuation pattern, so it should result with the upswing. You can say that, but that's a downtrend. Yes, but here the uptrend started, and the movements before the rectangle, straight before the rectangle, is an upswing. So this rectangle should result with a further rise. American dollar to Canadian dollar, here I also do have a position. You remember this from yesterday. Stop loss is below this week lows, and the price was reversing like here yesterday, but now we are on weekly highs. Actually, we are on the highest levels since we are on monthly highs. Even we are on the highest levels this month. Well, it's only 9th of May, but still. So this trade is now on break even. Maybe I should move my stop loss a little bit higher. What's the loss now? The loss now is 1,000 euros, so slightly more than 1%. I still have an option to move it like below yesterday's lows. We will see. Because we can make a midterm support here, so I could move my stop loss even somewhere here. We'll see. Looks positive. My trade was based on the long-term situation here, so I'm aiming for this target. Dollar index, we don't have a strong movement, so you can see that's more of a sideways trend. So this movement has no reflection in the dollar index. This movement has a bit more, because on American dollar to Canadian dollar that's a sideways trend, but dollar index is mostly euro dollar, and on euro dollar we do have a sideways trend, and I will show that in a second. But here, yes, we are waiting for a direction. And now the best trade recently, so Swiss franc to Japanese yen. Yesterday I focused on pairs with yen, and I said that we should go lower, and we did on all of them. And my stop loss is already on stop profit, so I can earn 1% on this. And actually I'm thinking about closing this position now. Why? Because this decline is super strong without any correction. So here that was a descending triangle, and that's a pennant, so very, very shallow corrections. And look at this decline. That's super strong. It does not happen very often that we have declines like this. So actually I'm thinking about closing my position right now. And maybe I will do this right now. So the position is closed. And yeah, that was a good trade. I would love to keep American dollar to Swiss franc because of swaps. If it meant to be a long-term position, I would earn a lot of money on swaps. We will see. Swaps are positive also on American dollar to Canadian dollar, so I can keep them, those trades open. But today's downswing on American dollar to Swiss franc does not look encouraging. Okay. So this trade is closed. Actually, let's see this. The place where I opened this was especially nice on a daily highs. After this, the price went lower. Straight away, almost straight away after opening short position, the price declined. We'll see. Most probably the price will go lower, right? Because it's very unusual to close a short trade and then the price reverses straight away, right? So maybe it will go lower, but eventually I think we should get a bigger correction. We will see. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, nice sell signal, of which I should have opened a short position here. But I didn't do this. So you have horizontal support and a dynamic support, both got broken, then tested as a resistance, then the price declined. Very nice technical movement, enjoyable, and the price should decline further. But his situation here is pretty similar, so I would be afraid of a correction, of a bullish correction, which should aim at least like this resistance here. Now British pound to Japanese yen, here the decline is also very strong after the breakout of this horizontal support. But look at this, that is absolutely crazy. That is almost 400 pips. I think that this kind of movement is probable right now. Euro to Canadian dollar, symmetric triangle, horizontal resistance. We broke the upper line of the triangle, but as it very often happens, after the breakout of the line of the triangle, we have a horizontal resistance or support, in this case a resistance. So it's a bit too early to open a long position, but price closing a day above the horizontal orange area will be a strong buy signal. So you need to wait for the price closing today above the orange area in order to have a nice trading signal. Now something interesting. So S&P 500 and oil, S&P 500 and oil. Look, these are the same H4 time frames. This is last year, well, this year, and you can see that those charts are almost the same. So the correlation between those two instruments is huge. Here we do have a major uptrend line for a year, and now the price is trying to break it. Actually, the price is breaking it right now as we speak. We'll see if they will manage to do this, but obviously tweets from Donald Trump about no deal, possible no deal, are not helping here. Actually, they are causing this. Technical analysts have a problem with this uptrend line, but they are still supported by this wedge pattern, so wedge should result with the breakout of the upper line of the wedge. We'll see where it will go. What I wanted to focus on here is a huge correlation between S&P 500 and oil right now. It happens from time to time, so it's not like it's something unusual. I remember like 4 years ago, I think, the beginning of the year started with such a correlation. I think it was 2015 or 16, where stocks were moving with oil, oil was moving with stocks, and it happens from time to time. And here we have an example that this is happening right now. With this movement, the downswing is really probable, the further downswing. And now crude is in a slightly better condition here, because the crude is right now creating inverse head and shoulder pattern. Maybe not the prettiest one, but we are still creating right shoulder here. So left shoulder head and right shoulder. Obviously, only the fact that we do have a pattern like this is not forcing you, is not telling you that you should buy. The buy signal in terms of the inverse head and shoulder formation will be triggered when the price will break the neckline. And in this case, the neckline is the horizontal resistance here. Here we have a dynamic support, price breaking the dynamic support, the long-term uptrend, and will be a signal to sell. So here we have a similar situation to American dollar, to Canadian dollar. Look at this. Uptrend line, inverse and shoulder formation, and only the breakout of the neckline gives us a buy signal. And here, inverse and shoulder formation bouncing from the uptrend line. For the buy signal, you need to see the breakout of the neckline. And now euro dollar, because I told you that euro dollar is has a sideways trend, and yes, this week is of really low volatility. The price is inside of the symmetric triangle pattern, so we have a dynamic support and a dynamic resistance. What we should see for the signal here is the price breaking the upper line of the triangle should give us a buy signal, and price breaking the lower line of the triangle should give us a signal to sell. And this is my idea for trading the euro dollar. So far you need to be very patient, and trading inside of the symmetric triangle is not the best idea on the record. I do not recommend this. So guys, that was the daily analytical report. Thanks very much for attending. Thanks very much for watching. I wish you all the best in trading, and see you soon.